Welcome all to the January 25th, 2022 Planning Commission meeting for the City of Malden. I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Mr. Deerhog, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Commissioner Paglialunga. Present. Commissioner, and remember to turn your mics on. And Commissioner Sofield.
Present.
Commissioner Paulson.
Present.
And Commissioner Woolard.
Present.
All right, and Mr. Foreman could not make it tonight, and we may yet see Mr. Ong show up. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The items on the agenda for the meeting tonight include the approval of the minutes from the November Planning Commission meeting and a preliminary plat review for 33 acres at Fork Shoals Road and Union Church Road for Section 3 of Chestnut Ridge. There are no members of the public at the meeting presently, so I won't go through the instructions regarding their involvement. So we can go ahead and jump straight to a review and approval of the minutes from the November 2021 Planning Commission meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the November meeting.
Thank you. I have a motion from Commissioner Paglialunga to approve the November 2021 meeting minutes. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Commissioner Sofield. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and call for a vote. Mr. Deerhog, could you please help with a roll call vote?
Yes, sir, and we'll start online. So we'll start with Commissioner Woolard.
Aye.
Commissioner Paglialunga.
Aye.
Commissioner Sofield.
Aye.
And Commissioner Paulson.
Aye.
That passes by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda tonight is a preliminary plat review for Chestnut Ridge, Section 3. Mr. Deerhog, will you please introduce this item?
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this project may look familiar to you because you've seen it twice before now. This is to add Section 3 to the Chestnut Ridge subdivision. This section will entail 141 detached single-family homes on this 33-acre tract of land. That represents a density of 4.2 units per acre. This tract of Section 3 was just annexed into the city this past October with a zoning of R10 medium density residential. And what was presented to the council at that time is what's coming before us tonight. Just so you have some context, so Section 1 and Section 2 of Chestnut Ridge already have some homes that have not been built yet, but have been approved for those sections as part of this development. There will be in Section 1 a total of 363 homes, including mostly detached homes, but some townhomes. Section 2 will have 210 homes, and then, as I mentioned, this section is adding 141 detached homes. The number of homes in Section 1 and Section 2 have kind of been adjusted to make way for the new sections that have been added, and that applies to Section 2 as well. Previously, there was 212 homes approved in that section, but to add the connection for this Section 3, they dropped off a couple of lots. As far as the zoning requirements for the R10, the project meets those requirements, and in an R10, the maximum density is 4.4 units per acre, and this one's coming in at 4.2. The minimum amount of open space required is 15%, and this one is providing 16%. So right at the thresholds, just about what's allowed. The builder has not been disclosed yet, but the homes in this section are expected to sell at an average in the high 200s and up, and more likely up, just seeing how the market's been going. That price point is consistent with and complements the average price of home sales that are going on in that area, including the Harrington subdivision right across the street. There are going to be a few scattered tree preservation areas that will be included in section 3. In particular, there's 3 separate tracks they've identified, 2 of which are adjacent to an existing stream, and the third is adjacent to an existing cell tower where they'll be preserving trees. Section 3 will introduce a new access on Fork Shoals Road and a new access on Union Church Road. That will bring the number of entrances or access points for this development up to 5. So that's a good thing. And they did complete a traffic study. Actually, they updated their traffic study to include section 3. They just completed that study this month, and there are some traffic improvements that are included in the traffic impact study that are recommended. This includes constructing 3 lanes at their subdivision entrance on Fork Shoals Road. So it'll have 1 lane coming in and 2 lanes going out, and it'll line up with Reedy Fork Road. Also installing a southbound left turn lane on Fork Shoals Road at the entrance, installing a northbound right turn lane on Fork Shoals Road at the entrance, installing a traffic signal at the entrance and Fork Shoals Road, as well as Reedy Fork Road, so that will all line up as a 4-way intersection with a traffic signal. And then also carry over from section 2 is widening the Union Church Road, so that there's at Fork Shoals Road, Union Church Road will consist of 3 lanes, 1 ingress lane and 2 egress lanes, and that will line up right across from the entrance of the Harrington subdivision entrance. And then on Fork Shoals Road at Union Church Road, installing a southbound left turn lane and a northbound right turn lane. So that's an overview of this project. The applicant's here if you have any questions about it. Otherwise, that concludes my introduction and report for this item, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Before I continue, I want to ask the commissioners present, does anyone have a conflict of interest or ex parte communication regarding this item to disclose? Hearing none. Does the applicant wish to add any comments at this time? Since there'll be no public comment, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the commissioners to see if they have any questions for the applicant. Seems pretty well detailed here.
Are there current plans for the commercial out parcel?
So she can hear you.
David, is that microphone turned on?
Let me check. Hold on.
Maybe at the table there.
Test. Caitlin, can you hear this one?
Yep, that's good.
Talk show. Sorry, my name is Melanie Giles. I'm with Blue Water Civil Design. Right now, we do not have any current plans for the commercial portion of this, but the developer is in talks with several different companies to see what might go in there. I wish I could give you more information on that.
Okay, thank you.
Guess those sometimes end up as professional offices. Additional questions for the applicant? Okay. Hearing none. Mr. Deerhog, will you please provide the recommendation of staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The only thing I have to add from the report I gave a moment ago is that this has been reviewed by the Greenville County Subdivision Advisory Committee, and they provided some comments as they typically do. SCDOT commented about the need for an updated traffic impact study, which the applicant just finished. And the county traffic engineers recommended the widening of Union Church Road, which is a previous comment, and the developer has plans to do. The remaining comments that are included in the report from the Subdivision Advisory Committee are fairly standard comments that we typically see. So at this time, the staff's recommendation is that the approval of this preliminary plat be conditional on meeting all the conditions provided by the Greenville County Subdivision Advisory Committee, and also providing the recommendations that are in the traffic impact study prepared by Ramey, Kemp and Associates. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any questions for staff from the commission? Okay. Do I hear a motion regarding this item?
I'll make a motion to approve the preliminary plat with the conditions outlined by Mr. Deerhog.
Thank you. I have a motion from Commissioner Woolard to recommend approval of this preliminary plat with the conditions as outlined by staff, and that includes satisfying the applicable conditions from the Greenville County Subdivision Advisory Committee and meeting the recommendations provided by the traffic impact study prepared by Ramey, Kemp and Associates. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion to approve.
Thank you. I have a second from Commissioner Sofield. Any last discussion? Hearing none, I'd like to call for a vote. Mr. Deerhog, will you please help with the roll call vote?
All right, we'll start online again. Commissioner Woolard,
Aye.
Commissioner Paglialunga,
Aye.
Commissioner Sofield,
Aye.
and Commissioner Paulson.
Aye.
All right, passes by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. That concludes the new business items on the agenda tonight. I don't have any other business listed. Is there anything else?
There's no other business tonight.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion to adjourn.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. That concludes the meeting.